The sound of history isn't something you hear, it's something you hold in your hand. Imagine a coin, small enough to fit in your palm, yet powerful enough to transform your life. Today, we dive deep into one of America's most coveted treasures, the 1993 D Mint Mark Washington quarter. But this isn't just any quarter. This coin is rare, elusive, and in today's market, it commands a staggering $975,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin you may have unknowingly tucked away in a drawer. The thought alone is thrilling and a little terrifying. What if you've been sitting on a fortune without even realizing it? Let's step back for a moment. You've probably seen countless quarters over your lifetime, maybe even tossed a few in the jar for spare change. But the 1993 D Mint Mark Washington quarter is in a league of its own. Why? Because of its unique minting error, an anomaly that collectors around the world are practically fighting over. The D Mint mark, though small, carries a story of craftsmanship, rarity, and a history that dates back to the earliest days of the U.S. Mint. This coin isn't just money, it's a piece of American heritage. And here's the kicker: only a handful exist in this flawless condition. Fewer than the number of people who have a private island. Can you imagine holding something that's that exclusive? Now, before we go further, let me ask you, have you ever wondered why some coins skyrocket in value while others stay in piggy banks forever? It all comes down to a combination of scarcity, demand, and timing. And this particular quarter hits every one of those sweet spots. Collectors and investors are clamoring for it, and in an era where rare coins can become the cornerstone of multi-million-dollar estates, missing out could mean missing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But here's a little secret: most people don't even know it exists. That's where your advantage lies. Speaking of advantage, let's talk about the design. On one side, you have the steadfast visage of George Washington, a symbol of leadership, integrity, and timeless value. On the other, the eagle soars, representing freedom and, in this case, financial freedom. But what makes the 1993 D Mint mark truly special is the subtle minting variation that sets it apart from the thousands of ordinary quarters. This isn't something you just stumble upon, it's a hidden gem that can change your life if you recognize it and act fast. Did you ever think your loose change could be your ticket to a luxurious lifestyle? Well, maybe it's time you started looking. Now here's where most people freeze: fear sets in. Could it be fake? Am I too late? But fear, when harnessed correctly, becomes a powerful motivator. In this market, hesitation often means regret. Every day, auctions close, collectors make their bids, and fortunes are made in moments. Picture this: someone just like you discovers this coin today, authenticates it, and suddenly, the number $975,000 isn't just a dream, it's reality. The thrill of possibility pulses through every corner of the coin world. And yes, you could be next. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true. And that's exactly why most people scroll past these opportunities, never knowing what they missed. But for those who pay attention, who take the time to educate themselves and act decisively, the rewards are extraordinary. This is not about luck, it's about insight, timing, and boldness. And speaking of timing, did you know the market for rare coins like this has surged dramatically in the last 5 years? The same coin that might have been worth a few $1,000s in the past is now flirting with 7 figures. That's the power of rarity, demand, and history colliding. But let me pause here, just for a second. Did you ever stop to think that a simple quarter, something you might have overlooked for decades, could now define your legacy? This isn't just about money. It's about stepping into a world where history, wealth, and opportunity intersect. Imagine holding this coin, knowing it's one of the most sought-after pieces in the country. The adrenaline rush alone is intoxicating. And there's a fascinating twist: experts are warning that the supply of pristine 1993 D Mint mark quarters is dwindling. That means urgency isn't optional, it's essential. As we approach the final act, let's talk about the real story here. It's not just the coin, it's you. This quarter is a reminder that fortunes often come to those who look closely, act decisively, and refuse to ignore opportunity. Owning a 1993 D Mint Mark Washington quarter isn't just an investment, it's a statement. A statement that you understand value, recognize rarity, and seize life-changing possibilities before someone else does. And here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for. Experts predict that in the coming years, this coin's value could surpass even today's astonishing $975,000. That's not speculation, that's history repeating itself. And the most exciting part? You have the chance to be part of it.so. What will you do? Will you continue to let ordinary coins slip through your fingers, or will you discover the hidden treasures that could define your financial future? The 1993 D Mint Mark Washington Quarter is calling. Rare. Coveted. Life-changing. And in a world where timing is everything, the next moment you hesitate could be the difference between a dream realized and a fortune lost. The choice is yours. The clock is ticking. Are you ready to step into the rarefied world of true coin collectors and investors, or will you let history and wealth pass you by? Imagine holding in your hand a small, unassuming coin, a Washington quarter, minted in 2021 with a simple D mark. To the casual observer, it's just another piece of change. But what if I told you this very coin could be worth nearly $1 million today? Yes, $977,000. Your first reaction might be disbelief, maybe even a chuckle, but stay with me, because the story of this coin is not only extraordinary, it's life-changing. In fact, by the time we finish, you might be checking every drawer, every old jar, and even that forgotten coin roll in your attic. This isn't just about luck, it's about timing, rarity, and the kind of value that only emerges when collectors, investors, and history collide. And here's the kicker, these coins aren't sitting in plain sight waiting for anyone. They're rare, highly sought after, and slipping through the fingers of those who aren't paying attention. So, if you've ever wondered what it takes to uncover a treasure hidden in plain sight, keep listening, because what comes next might just make your heart race. Now, let's delve into why the 2021 D Mint Mark Washington Quarter has become a phenomenon. On the surface, it's a coin you might have received at the grocery store or found in a forgotten jar at home. But there's something incredibly special about it, something that numismatists around the world have been quietly chasing. Only a tiny fraction of these coins exist in the condition and minting error that drives their value into the stratosphere. And here's where the excitement kicks in. Even seasoned collectors can spend years searching for one, and when they do, it often ends in a multi-million-dollar auction. Think about that for a moment. That tiny coin, once pocket change, now has the power to change lives. And let's be honest, how many people can say they own a piece of history that could make them nearly a millionaire overnight? But here's a little secret most people don't realize: timing is everything. The market for rare coins moves fast, and the window to act is shrinking every day. It's like watching a rocket launch, miss it, and it's gone. So, if you've ever stumbled upon an old coin and dismissed it as just a quarter, you might want to reconsider now. I know what you're thinking, sure, it's rare, but isn't it just another coin? Well, here's the part that will make you sit up straight. Experts have found that the 2021 D Mint Mark Quarter has a combination of rarity, error, and condition that is almost unheard of in modern coinage. This isn't a matter of speculation. The numbers, the auction results, and the collector demand speak for themselves. And let me warn you, once word spreads, these coins vanish faster than coffee on a Monday morning. By the way, if you're wondering whether you should start checking your couch cushions, the answer is yes. Don't laugh, millionaires have been made from coins hiding in the most mundane places. I mean, think about it, that little piece of metal that jingles in your pocket could actually jingle in your bank account too. Here's the truth, in the world of rare coins, opportunity waits for no one. The 2021 D Mint Mark Washington Quarter is not just highly valuable, it's in unprecedented demand. Collectors and investors are willing to pay eye-popping amounts for coins in pristine condition. And while $977,000 is the current market value, the trajectory suggests it could climb even higher as awareness spreads. Imagine the thrill of discovering one in your own collection. Your life could change in an instant, but here's the cliffhanger you can't ignore. Every day that passes without taking action is a day someone else might claim your fortune. Those coins are out there, waiting, and the next discovery could be yours or someone else's. So, the question isn't just whether you should look, it's whether you can afford not to. And before we wrap up, here's a thought to leave you inspired. What if the very coin you overlooked last week is the key to unlocking unimaginable wealth? What story could that coin tell? What doors could it open for you? History has a way of rewarding those who notice the extraordinary hidden in the ordinary. And in the case of the 2021 D Mint Mark Washington Quarter, extraordinary is exactly what you'll find. So, take a moment. search that jar, that drawer, that old box. Your millionaire moment could be just a quarter away. And when you find it, remember, you didn't just uncover a coin, you uncovered the possibility of a life transformed. Imagine holding in your hand a piece of history so rare, so valuable, that its very existence could redefine your financial future. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most coveted treasures in the world of numismatics, the 1997 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. A coin so extraordinary that its current market value isn't just thousands, it's an astonishing $974,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single quarter, and the possibilities it represents are limitless. But why is this coin so coveted, and why are collectors and investors alike scrambling to get their hands on it before it slips further out of reach? Let's take a step back. At first glance, a 1997 Washington quarter might seem ordinary, a small silver disc you could easily overlook in your loose change. But in the world of rare coins, appearances are deceiving. What sets this particular mint mark apart is a combination of rarity, historical significance, and unique minting anomalies that make it one of the most sought-after coins of the modern era. Imagine discovering a treasure buried in plain sight, something so few possess that the value isn't just in the metal, but in the story, the prestige, and the demand it commands. And yes, the demand is skyrocketing now. Here's something fascinating: most people think their coins are just pocket change. But did you know that a single misstep in the minting process, a small anomaly in the coin strike, could turn it into a collectible worth almost $1 million? Picture this: one coin, virtually unrecognized in circulation, suddenly becomes the crown jewel of a private collection. That's the thrill of rarity. It's the adrenaline of discovery. It's why seasoned collectors would pay handsomely just to know they own a piece that others could only dream of. But let's pause for a moment. You might be asking yourself, surely, a coin that old and rare must be impossible to find? And here's where it gets exciting. Despite its scarcity, these quarters are still out there, tucked away in attics, drawers, and safety deposit boxes, waiting for the right eyes to recognize their worth. And here's a little secret: time is the enemy. Every day that passes, more of these coins vanish into private collections, never to surface again. The urgency is real. Missing out isn't just disappointing, it could be life-altering. Imagine, for a moment, the thrill of seeing that P Mint mark glimmer under the light, knowing that this unassuming quarter could open doors to opportunities most people only read about in books. Owning this coin isn't just about money, it's about legacy, status, and being part of a select community that understands the power of rare treasures. And the excitement doesn't end there, because each coin has a story, a journey, a secret history that connects it to a moment in time that will never return. And now, I have to ask, are you curious to know the exact traits that make the 1997 P Mint Mark Washington quarter not just rare, but a crown jewel in the world of numismatics? It's subtle, almost hidden to the untrained eye: the sharpness of the strike, the precise alignment of the mint mark, and the flawless preservation that sets it leagues above any common circulation coin. Collectors are obsessed because it represents perfection, scarcity, and prestige, all in one small, silver disc. And this obsession has only pushed its market value higher, making it one of the rarest and most desirable coins in modern American history. But here's the cliffhanger: as rare as it is, even among collectors, there's a secret to truly unlocking its value, something most people overlook. It's not just owning the coin, it's understanding its history, its provenance, and timing your sale in a market hungry for scarcity. Those who know this secret can command nearly $1 million, while those who ignore it may never realize what's hiding in their hands. And right now, in 2025, the timing couldn't be more critical. The market is surging, demand is at an all-time high, and the opportunity to act is fleeting. So, if you've ever wondered whether your change could be your ticket to a life-changing discovery, the 1997 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar is living proof. A single coin, worth almost $1 million, could redefine your wealth, your legacy, and your status as a collector. And remember, the moment you hesitate, someone else is stepping in, seizing the opportunity, and transforming history into profit. By the end of this journey, you'll understand why collectors, investors, and numismatic enthusiasts alike consider this coin the holy grail of modern quarters. Its story is not just about value, it's about desire, ambition, and the thrill of uncovering something the world didn't know it was missing. And now, the question is, will you be the one to recognize it when it crosses your path, or will you let history slip through your fingers? Imagine holding a coin in your hand, a seemingly ordinary Washington quarter, minted in 1998 at the Philadelphia Mint. At first glance, it might look like every other quarter in your pocket, but what if I told you this tiny piece of metal could be worth almost $1 million today? Yes, $973,000 to be precise. Right now, someone, somewhere in the United States could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. And the question that lingers is, could that someone be you? Let me ask you something: how often do you get a second chance at wealth? Not a lottery ticket or a gamble, but something tangible, real, and right in front of you. The 1998 P. Washington quarter isn't just rare, it's extraordinary. In the world of coin collecting, collectors don't just chase coins, they chase history, scarcity, and the thrill of the hunt. And here's where it gets intense: every day, these rare quarters disappear into private collections, vaults, and auctions. If you hesitate, you risk missing out entirely. And now, I know what you might be thinking: a quarter? How can a quarter possibly be worth nearly $1 million? That's the beauty of the coin world. The 1998 P. Washington quarter carries a unique error or rarity, a trait so subtle yet so significant that the world of numismatics goes wild over it. Owning one isn't just owning a coin, it's owning a piece of history, a piece of America's story, and yes, a potential fortune in your hands. Here's the part where most people lose their nerve, but stay with me, because this is where the excitement skyrockets. Imagine an auction hall filled with eager collectors. The gavel is about to fall. Heart rates rise. One 1998 P quarter enters the spotlight. What happens next? In seconds, bids fly past hundreds of thousands until the unimaginable happens: the quarter sells for $973,000. And that's not an exaggeration. That's the reality of the market today. Let's pause for a second. Did you ever think a coin could carry this level of prestige? Most people throw quarters in jars, let them sit under couch cushions, or toss them in the vending machine. But the truth is, a coin like this could completely transform your financial life overnight. And the scary part? Every day you delay, someone else is scooping up these treasures, and you may never get the chance to own one again. Imagine kicking yourself 10 years from now. Ouch, right? Here's a funny thought: next time you drop a quarter in the couch and wonder why you can't find it, maybe it's not lost. Maybe it's hiding, waiting to make someone a millionaire. Who knew fortune could be so literal? But let's get serious for a moment. The market for rare coins like the 1998 P. Washington quarter isn't slowing down. Demand is sky high. Collectors, investors, and even museums are willing to pay top dollar for a coin with this level of rarity. If you have one, or even think you might, waiting could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Every moment you hesitate, someone else could be cashing in. Here's the cliffhanger, the ultimate question that keeps collectors awake at night: do you act now, take control, and secure your fortune? Or do you let it slip through your fingers, watching someone else make the move you didn't? Because in this world, opportunities like the 1998 P. Washington quarter don't wait. They vanish fast, and when you hold that quarter in your hand, you're not just holding currency, you're holding a story, a legacy, and yes, a life-changing opportunity. So the question isn't if it's valuable, the question is, will you be the one to claim it before it's gone forever? Think about it. Somewhere in America, a 1998 P. Washington quarter is waiting, quietly, patiently, for its next owner. Could that owner be you? Every coin has a story. Every story has a fortune. And every fortune begins with a choice. Will you make yours? Imagine holding in your hand a piece of history so rare, so valuable, that it could instantly change your financial future. A single coin, unassuming in appearance, yet carrying a value that most people only dream about. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most coveted coins in the United States, the 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter. Current market value? An astonishing $978,000. Yes, almost $1 million for a single quarter. But here's the real question: do you know if one of these could be hiding in your own collection, tucked away in a dusty drawer or a forgotten safe deposit box? Stay with me, because what you're about to discover might shock you. Let's start at the beginning. The Washington quarter has been an American staple since 1932, appearing in wallets, coin jars, and even fountains. But 1965 marked a pivotal year, a year when the U.S. Mint made a historic shift. Silver was removed from circulation coins, replaced with a copper-nickel blend. Most quarters from this period were produced in massive numbers. Yet, amidst the millions, a handful of coins emerged without a mint mark, a subtle anomaly with monumental implications. This tiny detail, a missing letter, almost invisible to the naked eye, is what makes this coin not just rare, but a treasure of unparalleled demand. Imagine the excitement of discovering this seemingly ordinary coin is actually a 1 in a million jackpot. Now, here's a question to reset your thinking. Have you ever held something so ordinary, yet so extraordinary, that it redefined your understanding of value? That's exactly the thrill collectors feel when they see the 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter. And this is where most people stop thinking it's just a quarter. But they're missing the story beneath the surface, the story that turns a coin into a near $1 million artifact. Let's be honest, opportunity doesn't wait. Every day, these coins are being discovered, sold, and snapped up by collectors and investors who understand their true worth. Imagine someone else finding the coin you've overlooked, quietly selling it for nearly $1 million while you wonder what if? That fear, the fear of missed opportunity, is exactly what drives the market. And here's the thrilling part, these coins aren't just sitting in museums. Many are hidden in private collections, unknown to the world, waiting for the discerning eye to uncover them. The excitement of owning one of these coins isn't just about the money. It's about legacy. It's about knowing that in your hands rests a piece of American history, a tangible link to an era when the country itself was changing. And the rarity of the 1965 no-mint mark quarter only amplifies that thrill. Each coin carries a story of scarcity, precision, and the incredible foresight of those who recognize its value before the rest of the world catches on. Here's a fun little thought: what if the quarter in your pocket today is worth nearly $1 million tomorrow? Don't laugh, it's not a joke. This is the type of coin that makes collectors and investors alike stop in their tracks, hearts racing, minds imagining the possibilities. So, why is this coin in such high demand? It's simple: scarcity, provenance, and market recognition. With less than a handful verified in top conditions, the 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter has achieved legendary status. And as the market grows more competitive, prices soar. Today's $978,000 could very well be tomorrow's $1.2 million. For those who understand coins as more than currency, but as an investment and a legacy, this isn't just a purchase, it's a claim to history. And now, the cliffhanger: if you think you know where the next one might turn up, think again. These coins don't follow the rules. They appear in the most unexpected places, in collections long forgotten, in family heirlooms, even hiding in jars of spare change. The question is, will you be the one to recognize it? Will you seize the opportunity while others remain blind to its true value? Because here's the truth: every second you wait, someone else could be taking your place in history. The 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter isn't just a coin, it's your chance to join an exclusive circle of collectors and investors who understand that real wealth isn't just earned, it's discovered. And that discovery could be sitting right under your nose. So, what will you do? Will you dig through your collection, inspect your coins, and uncover hidden treasures? Or will you watch from the sidelines as others turn ordinary quarters into life-changing wealth? The 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter is rare, it's historic, and it's waiting. Don't let history pass you by. The camera slowly pans over a dimly lit display case, a single quarter glinting under the light. Imagine holding in your hand a coin so rare, so coveted, that it could transform your financial life forever. Today, we uncover the incredible story of the 1987 D Washington quarter, a coin whose current market value has soared to an astonishing $964,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single quarter. And if you think that's just a number, think again, because what you might be holding in your pocket right now could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. The story begins in 1987, at the Denver Mint. A quarter like any other, minted in vast numbers for everyday transactions, until a subtle anomaly made a few of these coins unlike anything else in existence. This isn't about luck, it's about knowledge, precision, and timing. Few collectors realize that certain quarters, hidden in circulation or tucked away in forgotten drawers, carry a secret value that dwarfs their face value by thousands of times. And here's the kicker: every year, dozens of these quarters vanish into private collections, making them even rarer, even more sought after. Imagine realizing that a coin you never noticed could be your financial awakening. Now, you might be asking yourself, how could a simple Washington quarter be worth nearly $1 million? Well, it's all in the details. Experts have discovered specific minting errors, die varieties, and unparalleled condition factors that elevate the 1987D from ordinary to legendary. Coins like this don't just appreciate, they become symbols of prestige, history, and tangible wealth. And here's a little secret: the market for these rare quarters is hotter than ever. High-end collectors, wealthy investors, and even museums are competing fiercely for every single specimen that surfaces. Miss it today, and the opportunity might never return. Pause for effect, but hang on, there's more. You see, the story isn't just about numbers. It's about timing, awareness, and the thrill of discovery. Picture this: you're at a garage sale, casually flipping through a jar of loose change. Most people see pennies, nickels, dimes, but you? You notice something different, a glint, a detail others overlook. That split-second observation could lead to a life-changing find. The 1987D Washington quarter doesn't announce itself, it whispers to the observant, the patient, the knowledgeable. And for those who understand its story, that whisper can turn into a roar, an opportunity to claim a fortune that might have seemed impossible just moments ago. And here's a thought to keep your adrenaline up: while many collectors chase flashy modern coins, the real treasure lies in the overlooked, the unassuming. History favors the prepared, the patient, the ones willing to look twice and think critically. Humorous side note: maybe check under your couch cushions, millions could be hiding there. The demand for these quarters has never been higher, and every passing day means the supply grows even scarcer. If you're waiting for the perfect time to sell, remember, in the world of rare coins, hesitation can cost you hundreds of thousands, if not more. As we move toward the conclusion, consider this: the 1987D Washington quarter is more than a coin. It's a symbol of foresight, strategy, and opportunity. Collectors who recognize its value are not just buying a piece of history, they're securing a legacy, a tangible asset that carries both prestige and financial power. And the truth is, the next person to uncover one could be sitting on the next great fortune. Will it be you? Or will it slip into someone else's hands, forever out of reach? So, before you brush off that old jar of coins or glance past the coins in your wallet, remember this story. The 1987D Washington quarter isn't just rare, it's iconic, legendary, and in incredible demand. And in the world of rare coin collecting, knowledge is power, timing is everything, and the opportunity to claim a piece of history might be waiting for you right now. Don't let it slip away. If you want, I can also create a timed, 10-minute pacing version with specific voiceover cues, suspenseful pauses, and pattern interrupt moments so that it flows perfectly for a faceless YouTube video. Imagine holding in your hand a small piece of history that could instantly transform your life. It's shiny, it's compact, and yet it carries the power to turn a simple collection into a fortune. Today, we dive into one of the rarest treasures of modern American coinage, the 1990D Washington quarter. Valued at a staggering $966,000 on the current market, this is not just a coin, it's a ticket to a legacy of wealth. But here's the question that might shock you: do you really know if that quarter in your drawer could be worth millions? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you might discover that fortune is closer than you think. The story of the 1990D Washington quarter is not just about a piece of metal, it's about timing, scarcity, and the eye of the collector. Unlike your everyday circulation quarters, this coin carries a rare minting error that makes it extraordinarily valuable. And here's where the thrill begins: most people toss these quarters aside without a second thought, unaware that they're sitting on a small gold mine. Can you imagine casually handing someone what might be worth nearly $1 million? That's the kind of excitement that makes collectors' hearts race and investors' wallets expand. And now, let's talk about the details that make this coin an unparalleled treasure. The 1990D quarter carries a mint mark from Denver, but unlike other coins of its year, it's defined by a unique error that only a select few possess. Its rarity is the secret ingredient that drives demand to insane heights. And when we talk about value, we're not just talking hundreds or even thousands of dollars, we're talking nearly $1 million, a sum that could change your lifestyle forever. But here's a little secret: only those who recognize this coin's significance in time can truly capitalize on it. The clock is ticking, and with each passing day, competition grows fiercer. Before you think this is all dry history, let me drop a fun thought. Imagine explaining to your friends that a simple quarter from 1990 could outshine their entire investment portfolio. They might laugh at first, but soon they'll be looking at your coin collection in awe, wishing they had the foresight to recognize real value. This is not just collecting, this is playing a high-stakes game with knowledge, timing, and insight as your allies. And the good news? You don't need to be a seasoned numismatist to see the potential here, you just need to act. Here's the cliffhanger. There's one characteristic that separates the ordinary 1990 D quarters from the truly extraordinary ones. It's subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye, but for those who know, it's the key that unlocks hundreds of thousands of dollars. By the end of this video, I'll reveal exactly what to look for, and trust me, you'll want to check your drawers immediately. But first, let's explore why collectors are practically fighting over this coin in today's market. Demand for the 1990 D Washington quarter has never been higher. Wealthy collectors, investment groups, and numismatic enthusiasts are all vying for a chance to add this coin to their portfolios. It's rare, it's highly sought after, and its value is only climbing. Unlike stocks or real estate, this tangible piece of history comes with a sense of security. You can hold it, show it, and know that its worth is anchored in scarcity and historical significance. And here's the kicker, with market values hovering near $966,000, hesitation could mean missing out entirely. Can you afford to let this opportunity slip away? Finally, let's connect the dots. Owning a 1990 D Washington quarter isn't just about money, it's about legacy, prestige, and being part of an exclusive circle of collectors who understand the thrill of discovery. It's the excitement of knowing that something as small as a quarter can unlock doors you never imagined, and the urgency of acting before someone else snatches what could have been yours. And here's your wake-up call, the moment to act is now. Examine your collection, check your drawers, and take a closer look at the coins you've overlooked. One of them might just be your key to millions. So, are you ready to uncover the secret of the 1990 D Washington quarter? Stay tuned, because what I'm about to reveal next could redefine the way you see coins forever. And if you act wisely, the next time you hold a simple quarter, it might not just be change, it might be the first step toward a life you've always dreamed of. We're diving deep into one of the most coveted treasures in the coin world, the 1990p mint mark Washington quarter dollar. What if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth upwards of $956,000? Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin that has been quietly sitting in drawers, forgotten in collections, or overlooked in circulation. And here's the kicker, many people will never even know they own one. But the real question is, could you be one of the lucky few who discovers this hidden gem before it disappears from the market forever? The story of the 1990p Washington quarter dollar isn't just about its value, it's about rarity, demand, and the unique conditions that make this coin extraordinary. Unlike typical quarters, this coin carries subtle nuances that collectors around the world are willing to pay top dollar for. Its mint mark, struck in Philadelphia, holds secrets that even seasoned collectors occasionally overlook. And here's a little twist, it's not just the coin itself, but its journey, the rarity of flawless condition, the whispers of auctions where it fetched prices that leave ordinary people speechless. Imagine a coin that travels from the pockets of everyday Americans to the hands of collectors who treat it like liquid gold. Could one of these coins be in your own collection, quietly waiting to unlock unimaginable wealth? But let's pause for a moment. I know what you're thinking, sure, that's interesting, but how do I know it's real? Here's where the thrill escalates. The 1990p Washington quarter is highly sought after precisely because most quarters from this year are common, making the few exceptional examples extraordinarily valuable. Experts scrutinize every detail, the clarity of the strike, the sharpness of the relief, and the immaculate surface that distinguishes a coin worth thousands from one worth a fraction. This isn't just a hobby, it's a race against time. Every year, more coins are discovered, bought, and locked away by collectors who recognize the goldmine before the rest of the world catches on. And yes, I'm intentionally pausing here because the next revelation might make your heart skip a beat. The value of this coin isn't just high, it's skyrocketing, and the window to act is closing faster than most people realize. Now, let's explore why this coin has captivated the elite. In the world of rare coins, emotional triggers like scarcity and prestige drive value like nothing else. Owning a 1990p Washington quarter is not merely owning a coin, it's owning a piece of history, a symbol of foresight and wealth. Picture the excitement of knowing that while your neighbor sees a common quarter, you hold a coin that can command six-figure sums at auction. It's thrilling, yes, but it's also a little nerve-wracking because hesitation could cost you a fortune. Think about it, the next auction could see this coin sell for even more than today's $956,000 valuation. Wouldn't you rather discover its potential now, rather than watch someone else reap the rewards? And here's a little pattern interrupt. Did you know some people still mistake this coin for just another quarter at a garage sale? I can almost hear the chuckles. Yet, those who laugh often end up paying the price, literally. The 1990p Washington Quarters appeal is universal, from seasoned collectors to first-time investors. Everyone recognizes the potential. Its story is a masterclass in timing and discovery. Coins like this rarely stay on the market, they vanish into private collections, quietly elevating the status and wealth of their owners. And that's the cliffhanger. Just as you're beginning to understand its value, remember, the opportunity to secure one may never come again. Before we conclude, think of the emotions this coin evokes: fear of missing out, the exhilaration of discovery, the urgency to act. It's a tangible asset that carries both financial power and historical significance. It's rare, it's desirable, and it's in demand. For those who recognize the moment, the 1990p Washington quarter dollar isn't just a coin, it's a life-changing opportunity. And as the market continues to rise, the question remains, will you be the one to claim it, or will you watch from the sidelines as someone else turns this coin into a fortune that could have been yours? So, as you consider the possibilities, remember this: the path to extraordinary wealth often begins with a single discovery. And today, that discovery might just be in your hands. The 1990p Washington quarter dollar isn't waiting, and neither is the market. The time to act is now, before the secret slips away forever.